Hi, I'm Colleen Platt. I'm with the Iowa Volleyball Region, and I'm going to give you a quick tutorial about how to sign your teams up for events on AES and also how to build a roster on AES. And first of all, I'd like to thank the Southeast Swing Volleyball Club for allowing me to use their club as the example for this tutorial. All right, when you want to sign up on AES, the first thing you need to do is create your club account. Some of you may already have your club created in AES if you've attended a national qualifier or nationals, or if you were in regionals in Iowa last year. If you haven't, you'll just click this Create Account button, and then you'll be able to create your club. If you are a sub-club, part of a larger club, you don't want to create your own club. You have to get the username and login from the club director of the large club, because all of your players will be in that large club. So I've typed in Southeast Swing's username and password, and I'm going to click Login. When you log in, you will see a list of the teams in the club. They still have their teams in from last year, and these are actually the same teams they have this year. For the purposes of this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a new team. So I'm going to click Add Team. Now when you're putting your teams in on AES, you want to make sure you use your official team name from WebPoint. WebPoint is the membership system that you would log into to create a membership, renew your USAV membership, and club directors use WebPoint to build their rosters for USA Volleyball events. When you go in, if you click log in, click your club management, and then click My Teams, it will show you a list of the teams in your club. On here you'll see this team code, and this is kind of an important thing to look at. If you look at it, the FJ6 means it's a female junior team. It's a 16 and under team. These 5 letters in the middle, SWING, that is your club code. So if you're creating a new club in AES, that's what you'll want to enter as your club code. This letter near the end, the 1, is the rank of your team. If you are an age team, it'll be a number. If you're a grade team, it will be a letter such as A, B, or C. And then IA stands for Iowa. So it's a good idea when you're creating your teams on AES to print off this list from WebPoint so that you enter the names and the team codes correctly. All right, so for this event, we're going to create a new team, Southeast Swing 14U. All right, this is going to be a female team. They are in the 14 and under division. Keep in mind here that if you have an 8th grade team, it's the same as 14 and under. They don't have grade as an option, so just choose 14 and under. And the team rank is going to be 1. Hit Update. And I've just created that team. So if I click up here on my teams, you'll see them on my options. All right, now how to enter an event. To enter Iowa Regionals, you won't need to build your roster, so as soon as you get your teams in, you can go ahead and enter the event. And you'll want to search for Iowa Regionals, so we're going to look under the Iowa region. And you can see the different options. We are going to register this team for the 14 gold division, so that's going to be on this weekend. I'm going to click on the name. And right here, you don't want to click on these right here. That's a little confusing. You want to click on this button that says Register Teams, and this will allow you to register teams into this event. So you can see you can't register the 16s or the 18s into this event because that age group is not being offered this weekend. So we're going to go over here by Southeast Swing 14, and we're going to enter the 14 gold division. Click Update. All right, on this page you've got a few choices. Right here you could go and build your roster, but for simplicity's sake at this point, just to get your teams entered, just go ahead and click Register without a roster. And hit Register. And now you can see the teams being registered, what event they're being registered into. I'm going to hit Continue. And here you can see the information. This team, the entry fee, the team code, little information. At this point, you could print this as a receipt of what you entered, or you can hit continue. And it'll give you a few little notes here. Once you close this, then you have the opportunity down here to print the entry form. Entries for junior regionals are due by March 10. We are going to have a late period between March 11 and March 15. You can still enter, but it will cost you an extra $50. After you've printed off your entry forms and you've entered all your teams, we ask that you pay by sending a check to the Iowa Region office and just include your entry form so we know who you're paying for. If you have multiple teams, you can send one check or you can send a check for each team. Payment is due by March 20. If you do not have your payment in by March 20, we will be removing your team from the tournament because we need to start planning the tournament at that time. All right, that's all there is to it, entering teams into the events. Sometime after you enter your teams and before April 10, you will need to build your roster on AES. The first thing you're going to want to do is log into AES, and then you'll need to import your USAV data. This is what brings all of your Iowa Region members into your club on AES. And the nice thing about doing it this way is that all of the players and coaches are already verified, so that means that you and the Iowa Region staff don't have to go through and verify every single player. So if you click on USAV Data Import, you'll see a place to enter your username and password. This is where you enter your USA Volleyball username and password, the WebPoint one that you use to renew your membership. And you can actually enter the username and password of any club administrator. It doesn't have to be the club director. As long as you're a designated club administrator, it will work. So I'm waiting now for it to import all the USAV data. All right, so at this point you can see that I've already done it, so 0 new users were added, and it will update the users that are in there. So if you did this last year, you still want to do it again this year. At this point, you can go and you can see all the people that have been imported. To preserve privacy, I've just made a screenshot and blanked out people's names, but you can go to a list of your players and see everyone's name, USAV number, birth date, grad year. You can delete people out as well. The first thing you want to do before building your roster is go to your staff list here. When you are placing staff on the roster, you must have a night phone or cell number and an email address. So if you click on that staff button, you'll see your list of staff, and if you click on each one, you'll see their information, things you can fill in. Just make sure you have that email address and cell phone number in there. All right, at this point, I'm going to go to My Events. I'm going to click, here's the event that I'm entered in. I want to click on My Teams. And here's the one team I have entered in the event. I'm going to click on Roster. And here's where I get the opportunity to build the roster. At this point, you may already have people on, and it tells you how many and the maximum number. So the first thing we're going to do is put some staff on there. We're going to make Jeremy Wise the head coach of this team. I'm just going to hit Update Roster right here. And you can see that he's now on the roster. All right, my players. Down here, it will give you a list of the eligible players, so it will not show you anyone who is too old for the team or not qualified for the team. I've created a fake player named Dora that I'm going to enter onto this team. You got to make sure that you enter her jersey number in here. There's also, if you click on her name, you have the opportunity to enter other information about her. Some of it will automatically come in from WebPoint when you do the data import, but you can enter her grad year if she's committed to a college, ACT score, that sort of thing. I don't think a 14 and under is usually committed, so we're not going to enter anything here. So back to our event roster. I'm going to click in this button that says Add. I'm going to hit Update Roster. Looks like I had an error. I'm going to pause just for a second. All right, we'll try it again here. All right, and now Dora has been added to my team. I can fill out this other information here if I want to, but the only thing that's required at this time is the jersey number. And that's all there is to it for building a roster. There are a few issues you should keep in mind. Wavered players that are wavered either for gender or for age, as well as junior age coaches, cannot be added to the rosters by you on AES. So what you'll need to do is send in a roster to Carol at iavbreg.org. She's Carol Anderson, works in our office, and we will be adding the wavered players and the junior age coaches to the teams for you. And we ask that you send that to us by April 10. You also need to make sure that you have your rosters built on AES by April 10, as we will be printing those out to be using for check-in at the event. That's all the tutorial I have for you today. If you have any questions, you can feel free to call us in the Iowa Region office. The number there is 515-727-1860. Thanks, and have a good night.